Circus Baby is an iconic FNAF character and has a little special cameo in the movie, and today we draw her in 4 different styles. Let's start off with the cracked effect. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with the cracked effect, it is a style that I developed, and essentially what we want to do is make the character look like a cracked stone statue. And how we do this is basically by erasing out little sections of the character that we want to appear to be broken. And it's not because I'm lazy and because I don't want to actually draw the characters at all, and it's a good way to actually save time by not drawing the characters. It's not that at all.
A bullshit? A bullshit?
The wonderful thing about this particular style is that it's really up to you as the artist how much detail you want to give. In this instance, I'm going to treat it a little bit more like a cartoon styling. I'm not going to go too crazy into detail. I wanted to give it kind of a very simple matte color with only hints of highlights and shadows. It is a very metallic character, so I also want that to resonate. And if I added too much details, it'll kind of throw off the cracks that we want to show through, the areas that are damaged. It'll also, when we get to the scrap section, it'll also blend really well on that side. And another wonderful thing about this particular style is that you can add as many cracks as you like. So if you want the characters to look really damaged and wrecked, like they're almost withered, then go ahead. If you want them to be kind of only a little bit of a cracks, only a little bit of damage, it's all up to you. This gives you that level of artistic freedom, and that's kind of what I like to do with all of my little artistic designs. Again, we're going to just finish up by adding as many or as little cracks as you want, and then we are going to then head on over to a style I haven't done in a long time, and that's the Lego style. All kidding aside, Lego has an incredibly iconic look. It's been around for decades, and for good reason. It has a wonderful simplicity to it that is just amazing. I mean, I've played with them with kids, my nieces and nephews play with them. They are iconic for that reason, but they go and have a very distinct shape. They have a distinct look about them. If you mess up a Lego style, it will look just comically disjointed. One thing you have to take into effect when you're drawing this particular style, though it looks like a cartoon, you want to make sure that your shapes are correct. They're very barrel shaped, they're very squared off and blocked, but with also very rounded features. So even though the image is flat, we are going to color it with a cartoon style, but then add fake highlights to make it look rounded around the edges. So that way it has a blocky feature and a rounded feature and that iconic Lego look. But it's up to you in the chat. Do you guys think that it actually looks like a Lego? And are you shocked that they don't have any FNAF Legos? Like, I'm looking online and I just can't find any FNAF Legos. Is it me? And if you do find them, let me know. Now we're going to chance over to scrap. And this is basic because I didn't want to do a horror, but they also have a horror style with FNAF, and that's what's really cool. This just requires a lot of redrawing. And it's okay. I actually really wanted to do something scary, but without just kind of changing it over. I didn't want to also do a withered. She has a very unique horror style with the scrap one, so I really wanted to make sure that that pops. I didn't add or change too much with Scrap Baby's overall design. The only thing I really did change was some of the darks I popped up a little bit more, and the coloring in the hair, I kept it kind of simple. I didn't want to wind up spending 2 to 3 hours on this little section because of all the different colors of all the little pointed hairs. I could have spent a lot more time, but I feel like it just would take away from the overall concept of what I wanted to do with this particular section. But overall, I really love the way this came out. It's creepy, it's fun, and in essence, that's everything that I love to do in my drawings. One of the biggest questions that is in my community and that also was in my lives is, how do I get better at drawing? And unfortunately, there is no real secret ingredient. It requires a lot of studying, and it also requires a lot of time, patience, and practice. You have to understand what you want to draw and then just kind of go with it. Enjoy what you want to draw. If you love anime, draw anime. If you love Marvel, Marvel. If you love fantasy creatures, etc. but that will keep you drawing the longest. That's probably the most sound advice I could possibly give anybody, is learn to draw what you love and then continue to do it. Do not look at it as a career, but rather look at it for enjoyment. If you do that, you will continue to have a ton of success. It's a lot of times when people try to do these things, like they want to be a professional, they want to do this. That was something that I thought I wanted to do, and it basically got me burnt out so bad that I just refused to do any art for years and years on end. Some last minute little highlights and some pops in of a little bit of darks here and there, and we're going to call this section complete as we move on over to the realistic side. In this section, I went with a little bit of an art challenge, and specifically that challenge is I'm only going to use alcohol markers and paint pens. There will be no color pencils for this particular section. One of the reasons why is I want to showcase to you, all of you at home, that you do not need every single art supply to create something that is really cool and pretty close to realism. That is going to be my challenge to you here, and I want to know if I held up my end of the bargain. I want to create something that I think is incredibly realistic without all the bells and whistles of all the art supplies that I have at my disposal. Because one, it's a fun challenge, but two, I want to show you that, hey, listen, you might only have alcohol markers, or you might only have paint pens, and yet you can still get a realistic effect. It's about the designer and not necessarily the tool. Before we wrap this section up, I do have a question. I have a poll up on my YouTube channel, so do you want to see Michael Afton, Toy Chica, Mangle, or Carl the Cupcake? Yeah, I'm calling him Carl the Cupcake, okay? I know it was fan-made to call him Carl the Cupcake, but he's not just Cupcake, right? He's a cool character. He deserves a name. His name's Carl the Cupcake. One thing that I do want to stress, that when you are using alcohol markers, you want to make sure you do not stress the paper too much. So as you can see, I work the whole image across, and I give a little bit of time to dry. Because if I keep working the same image over and over and over, you're going to damage the paper, or the paper is going to wind up basically diluting itself, and you're going to see all these little cracks within the alcohol markers themselves, and you're going to lose some of the vitality of the color. So you don't want to overstress your paper too much, and that's how you're going to get nice little smooth blends and great little transitions. And also, you can cheat by using the paint pens to give you little pops of color without having to use too much of the alcohol markers. But at the end of the day, I need to know one important question. Which side did you like the best? Was it the realistic? Was it the scrap? Was it the Lego? Or was it the cracked? As always, thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you all in the next video.